നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന ആചാരാനുഷ്ഠാനങ്ങളുടെ ഭാഗമായി, നിലനിൽക്കുന്ന വ്യവസ്ഥയുടെ ഭാഗമായി ഇന്നത്തെ സാഹചര്യത്തില് അഹിന്ദുക്കളെ ക്ഷേത്ര മതിലിനകത്തേക്ക് പ്രവേശിപ്പിക്കുവാനോ അവിടെ സ്പെഷ്യൽ പന്തലിൽ പരിപാടികൾ അവതരിപ്പിക്കുവാനോ ദേവസ്വം ബോർഡിന് കഴിയില്ല എന്നുള്ളതാണ് സത്യം. അതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഈ കലാകാരിക്ക് ഇങ്ങനത്തെ അവസരം നമുക്ക് കൊടുക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്തൊരു വന്നതിൽ ഞങ്ങൾക്ക് ദുഃഖമുണ്ട്.
Joining me here on the program is Padma Shri Pratibha Prahlad, who is a classical dancer. Very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Thank you for joining us here on Mirror Now. But you know, this is a story which, of course, perhaps as an artist, I don't know how you are looking at it, but it pains to see that there are, impediments to an artist. There are rules that actually prevent an artist from performing based on religion. How exactly did you react to an event, to a story like this?
As a practicing Bharatnatyam dancer myself, and a person who has been in the cultural field for over 45 years, it's very disturbing when you read news like this, about incidents like this. The reason I say this is because Bharatnatyam is, of course, a socio-aesthetic. It's a religious socio-aesthetic in a sense, because 95% of what we perform in Bharatnatyam are about our gods, the pantheon of Hindu gods. But having said that, I must tell you that art is dynamic, and a lot of it is secular, because many Christians, many Muslims have practiced our classical dance forms like Bharatnatyam, Kathak, Odissi in the past also, and there are many now who are practicing it, and they do it because they love the dance form, and they do it, they're not disrespecting our gods by doing it, in fact, but you cannot disrespect our gods and do Bharatnatyam or Odissi or Kathak, because these dance forms are embedded in Hinduism and the ritualistic practice of us Hindus. So when I say that, I don't mean to be, saying that others cannot, because there was a Father Barbosa in the past, and I remember him very clearly. He used to dance in 1980s. And I must tell you this, that in Bharatnatyam, in the classical code of Bharatnatyam, we have something called hasta mudras. So each of the mudras, the hastas, represent something like a god, like this is Shiva, or this is Vishnu, or this is Devi, Parvati, Lakshmi. So adding to these hasta mudras, Father Barbosa then in the 1980s had devised mudras like this, the cross, representing Jesus Christ. And I remember that he had also choreographed some pieces on Jesus Christ. And none of the great gurus of that time, none of the great dancers of that time, or any of us felt offended by it. Because the fact is that classical dance is an art form, and we want to reach the largest number of people through our dance forms, and it's embedded in our cultural heritage and in our cultural transmission.
Yes.
So it's very, very parochial, very small-minded, and very regressive to disallow a dancer from performing in a devasthanam.
Yes.
Because she practices another religion. And this morning, you're talking about this girl called Soumya Sukumaran, but this morning in Indian Express, I read about another girl who is a Muslim, and they said that even she had said that she was not being allowed to perform in the temple precincts. My own submission to this is, those who are not practicing Hindus may not be allowed into the sanctum sanctorum of the temple. Maybe not, the Garbhagriha as we call it, the inner sanctum sanctorum. Maybe not even the outer sanctum sanctorum of the temple. But the Devasthanam is a cultural place. The temple premises is a cultural place.
Which is why, ma'am, it is so important.
Have happened, and Bharatnatyam has grown.
For people like you, perhaps, and others like yourself, to perhaps step in and make it very clear that art transcends religion. Art is above all of this. Art must be allowed to thrive, and any practitioner of art should not be made to feel that their religion can be a liability or an impediment for them to perform. Thank you so much, Pratibha Prahlad, for joining us this evening.
Absolutely. And thank you. Thank you.
Let's take a short break here. News and updates continue on the other side. Stay with us.
Housewarming party.